This video will go over some of the decisions that were made by College Board regarding the AP English Literature and Composition exam for the year 2020. Because of the coronavirus shutdown, College Board has decided to do a modified test, and I wanted to give you information on what they've said that test will be like because it's a vast difference from what we had expected. So I'm going to go through some things so that you can be aware of how you're going to test and some things that you can do to prepare. So if you're accessing this video, then you nearby wherever it was posted, you should also be able to access this slideshow presentation, and you can click here to see the information that the College Board has set up. I'm going to condense it for you and give you information that's specifically for our test. But if you want to go and see what the College Board has set up, they said they will be adding some things as it gets closer to the test. There's some specifics for the testing environment and so on. Then you can go to this website. All right, so last week the College Board made some announcements and I want to go through them. Obviously, the test that you're taking this year will be a streamlined exam. We have been preparing for a full exam, but there will be some differences because you will need to take your exam online and more than likely at home. If we're back in school at the time that we take the test, then there will be an opportunity for you to take the test at school, but all that stuff is up in the air at this point. So here's what we know. We know that the test will be taken online. If we're in school, then you could take it at school, but likely you will be taking your test at home. We also know that you will be allowed to use your computer, your phone, or your tablet. All of those will be possibilities, so depending on your equipment. I don't know if you know, but Mrs. Dyer has been passing out almost 1,000 Chromebooks to students who need computers at home. So if you've been using your phone at home, but you think, oh, I might need to have a Chromebook when I do these AP exams, then contact me, contact the library, and they will assist you in getting the equipment that you need. You will either write online and type it in, or you may also handwrite your essay and submit a picture. I'm going to talk about how long you have to do that in a second. We have some information, but not everything's completely clear at this point, but you do have the option where if you don't want to type, you will have an option to handwrite your essay and submit a picture. It will still be timed. Instead of preparing for 3 essays in 2 hours, you'll be preparing for 1 essay in 40 minutes. So there's only one type, and they did announce the type that it will be. It will be a prose analysis question. And there's another video that I'm making that goes into the details of that. We've practiced all of the skills that are necessary for that particular essay. I just want to take the next few weeks to refine and prepare you for the online testing that we're going to be doing. There will not be any multiple choice questions at all on the exam this year. You will be allowed to use your notes or a book, whatever you have in front of you. So where we talked about not being able to use a dictionary, you would be able to use a dictionary on this streamlined exam. I don't know if you want to take a lot of time out of your 40-minute time allotment to look up a lot of words, but if there's a word that in the prompt or something like that that's really a stumbling block for you, you will be allowed to use Open Notes and Open Book. I do not know if it will be a lockdown browser. It may be a lockdown browser, meaning that you won't be able to go to any other websites, but you can use things that you have in front of you to do the test. All right, our exam date is Wednesday, May 13th at 1 p.m. Everyone will be taking the test at that time, so mark your calendar for that. You will have to log in a half an hour early, I believe, but more specific directions will be coming later on. All right, so what's this essay going to be like? This one essay that you need to do for your AP exam will be on a passage. So just like we read short stories in the fall, or we looked at specific passages of Hamlet and tried to analyze them, like the soliloquies, etc. You'll be given a passage. It'll be about a page long, and you'll have to read it and write the essay question in 40 minutes. You can use scratch paper to jot down ideas or organize yourself. You have to watch your own time on that. I'm not sure if there will be a timer. The practices that we're going to do coming up in the next few weeks will have a timer online, but you might have to watch your own time. And then at the end, you'll have 5 minutes to upload. So there's a 45-minute window. You'll have to read the passage, figure out what you're going to say, and execute the essay in 40 minutes. And then they're giving you a 5-minute period to upload. I think they're going to give more information on the logistics of that later on also, and I'll make sure that I pass those along. All right, so how will we be preparing? We have a few weeks, which is good. Obviously, we're just going to focus on that prose question. We're not going to work on poetry. We're not going to work on the open question. We're just going to work on that second topic, which is prose. And so here's how it will work. Every week, I will give you video lessons on specific literature and writing topics like characterization, setting, structure, figurative language, narrator, writing thesis statements, developing commentary, introductions, conclusions. So you'll have some material to look over each week. And then, you'll have those as optional activities. So you will need to look at whatever videos or examples I'll provide for you. Those are optional. In other words, I'm not grading them, but they will likely help you do your weekly essay. So what I'm going to be grading is the essay and your ability to do that. I'll be grading it AP style, so that's 0 through 6, and that grade will transfer to a grade in the grade book. So yeah, these activities that you'll be given each week are optional, but they are there to help you prepare for the online test. So the online practice test that I'll give you, you'll have one each week, and that will be the grade. So you can choose not to do any of the preparation activities and then, take your chances on the timed essay, or you can look at the activities and kind of select which ones you think would be helpful for you to prepare, or you can do all the activities and be uber prepared. I wanted to make sure that I made these optional because I don't know what your time frames are with your other classes and so on. So I'm not going to be grading those activities. I'd just be grading the essay. Now, the essay, when you take it each week, you'll have a deadline. And each week you'll turn in the essay and I'll give you feedback. In other words, I'm going to grade it AP style 0 through 6. And then I will give you specific feedback on what you need to improve on, because those are the things that you could work on for the following week. You will also, if your grade is extremely low on the practice essays, I may give you an opportunity to revise. And we'll talk about that later because we haven't even done our first one yet. But I want you to know that if something happens and, say you don't do any prep activities and you just go into the essay and say, I'll do the best I can, I may ask you to redo the essay so that you don't fail the 6 weeks or the semester. Okay, so that's the end of this presentation, which is just an overview of what the online AP test is going to be like and how we're going to prepare. If you have the slideshow there in front of you, you can click right here for this week's instructions. So this week, we're going to begin this practice setup and organization. Please make sure that you read carefully. I don't have the benefit of standing in front of you every day and looking in your faces and seeing if you're confused or, answering questions if you raise your hand in that moment. I will definitely answer questions if you're confused. You can text me, you can email me, whatever works for you. But it's a little bit of a handicap for me to not be able to present something and see if right away if people are understanding. So read the directions carefully, and if something seems confusing, it's better just to clear it up than to do it and then later say, oh, I didn't understand. That's not going to be acceptable. If you're working through this week and things are confusing, contact me right away. because I'm not going to go back and fix a grade because you turned something in that was unacceptable and um, and you just didn't pay attention to directions. So I'm trying my best to make this workable for all of us and also prepare you for the AP exam. So let me know if you have questions along the way.